in my hand, midnight buzz, leveling up with the crew just because. Outside chaos breaks, we ain't scared. Pixel warriors here, no fight is spared. Headphones blaring in an epic quest, dodging bullets, aiming for the best. Reality fades, we're lost in the game. Chaos in the streets, but here it's fame. Midnight madness conquers the night. Gaming with the fellas till morning light. Out the window, sirens blare, but in this world we don't care. Every click and clack, we're in the zone. Strategies like kings on a throne. Outside world can't crumble and fall. In this digital realm, we stand tall. Shots fired outside our door, we keep on playing, always wanting more. Virtual battles, intense and tight, while the real world fights through the night. Midnight madness conquers the night, gaming with the fellas till morning light. Out the window, yo.
So we have finally got some things figured out here in the doggy den as far as this freaking internet connection goes. I think we got it situated out. I think we got it all worked out in the end. Man, these storms are really doing a number on the Wi-Fi around here. But that's all right, because I got a hard connection. I got a hard line connection to my fiber. It kept disconnecting and reconnecting, disconnecting and reconnecting. That's why it was announcing that we were live over and over and over. It's not ideal, but I mean, we figured it out. Can't really blame anybody this time. It's the weather, rain, and tornado weather. But it's all good. We are here again. And we are going to do it for real. Let's go. Apparently the video game can handle it, but the computer sending out multiple high definition signals at a time, 3 signals at a time. It wasn't agreeing with that type of hard work. So with that being said, folks, let's check on Rumbles real quick. Check on Rumble. My content, Rumble. There it is. All right, folks. Sorry about that. We are back on track. I really do apologize about that, guys. So let's do what we were doing here. Get warmed up again. And then we'll get into some actual Warzone here in a minute. You feel me? All right. Distraction. Come on, guys. Payback's a tiny ass map. How you supposed to use that new sniper on that little bitty ass map? Come on, man.
That's all right.
Y'all happy with yourselves now?
Yeah, I bet they are.
I was gonna say something, but I'm not going to. Either somebody's playing basketball or they need some motherfucking batteries. I don't know. I lived in a projects once, and they had that shit hardwired to the ceiling with no batteries, and that shit was still hooked up wrong.
Yeah, you stayed in the project?
Hell yeah.
Me too.
Was that who had? Nah. I grew up in the hood. Nah, I can't talk for the generation before me.
I stayed in the hood, though. I'm in
Oh,
the
yeah,
hood
yeah.
right now, matter of fact.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with it.
Oh, I seen that. Where you at, buddy?
I was raised by bikers in the trailer park, and then I went on to live in the projects with my homies.
God damn.
Yeah.
Bikers in the trailer park. What the hell?
Yeah.
Oh, you from the hood. You from the trailer park hood.
Yeah, I've seen the worst of both sides of the city. Seen the worst that the white folks and the black folk got to offer, man.
Ill fucking super red.
That's why I started laughing. I heard the damn smoke detector. I said, I know where they at. That's a universal noise, isn't it?
Something in the air. Oh, that's
One below you.
Motherfuckers don't look, man. People don't know how to play this game. I don't think sometimes, right? Like, who launches a CUAV for no reason?
Just to get the perk award.
You know what I mean? Like, it ain't like they were doing anything to. We didn't even have a fucking UAV up. I mean, I'm getting my ass whipped though right now. I ain't gonna lie. There's a motherfucker camping in this hallway, boy. There we go. Oh, man.
You just shot me. I'm gonna smoke your ass.
Oh, come on, man. Don't be like that. Unless they did it on purpose. And fuck that guy. Dude, there's some camping assholes on this other team.
Oh my God. Oh, I see where you at. Oh, he got me again, man.
No way.
Damn, big. Rated R. Tripping on me. Man, this motherfucker spawned me right back in front of the same dude that shot me. Come here, boy. Get up off that motherfucking pussy of yours. Actually do some work. All right.
Fucking asshole.
Wow.
God damn.
Hey, what baby Jesus have to do with that?
Oh, he saved him.
No
Oh,
way.
he saved his buddy.
My hip fire just ain't no good. Mr. Brightside, where's Mrs. Brightside? Is that my homeboy? What up, Brightside? Where's old lady at?
She's on the dark side. This dude don't miss for shit.
I didn't even look into the setting on whether or not we can change the console crossplay. Forgot to look into that. Because before it was just PlayStation, like whatever console you play on. But now you can make it where PlayStation and Xbox can play together without PC. Right side. Huh. Oh. Damn, bro. I'm getting just absolutely rocked, man. What was that guy doing? This motherfucker got some recoil, boy. My growl's got a little more recoil than I remember. Damn, bro. Come on, man. I shot dude square in the chest and it didn't do anything.
Nice shot.
Dang. What was that, bro? This is nuts. That server is outrageous. The latency on it. I mean, it could be the internet still, I guess, but that was crazy, bro. All right, let's figure out if we can get some better recoil control on this motherfucker. I feel like we should be able to control the recoil a little bit better than what we have now. Also, that sprint to fire is not great. So let's change that up a bit. I like the monolithic, but It's not really needed in hardcore mode. Right? Okay. Yeah, that's a little bit better. We weren't really strafing like we should be either. Well, what am I getting caught on? Because I'm not far enough back to be on this desk. I'm like right here. I like this beat. It's instrumental. What is it called? Essence by Row2. Cool, cool, cool. It's a martini. Tagged up. It's kind of like low key sounding, but it's still pretty dope. 5 kills without dying 3 times. Let's get the growl leveled up here. Firing range.
Where you are, Mike? Is he not up there?
Oh shit, he is right there. I just walked right up on him.
Great success.
Dude, how did that not kill him? Fucking threw an impact grenade right at him and it did nothing.
Black jacket, baby.
Bruh. Very nice.
Damn.
I've got balls of steel.
You tell him, Duke.
Right throw. What the fuck?
Hold on, what?
What the fuck?
Fucking just laying down watching that staircase like a little bitch.
Sniper in the window. Over here. A clever asshole setup. Shock charge with a spring mine.
It's a dirty hippie in that burning building. You guys might know them as wizards, but I call them dirty hippies.
God, they're just fucking laying down all over the place.
That's what a hippie would do. Just lay down. Just lay down in any old cow field out there.
This is a self-proclaimed hippie, yeah. I agree.
Yeah. Anywhere the mushrooms grow. You can't really proclaim yourself a hippie. Usually cops are
More of a dead.
that's not really hippie. I mean, it's in the same family for sure. See, deadheads got to have jobs and save up money for concert tickets. You know what I mean?
True.
Hippies want to know if you'll buy them a ticket. Son of a biscuit eater.
Oh my god, I cannot shoot for shit.
Well, what baby Jesus have to do with that?
Oh my god, he's in the boathouse. Hunter spawn.
I killed somebody named Deadly Diva.
Mother, go right side.
Getting killed by a bunch of girls. Literally. Miss Wagner. That's why you're not a Mrs. Dirty hippie. Motherfucker shot me through the window. Like to the part they couldn't see me.
Oh my god, inner spawn. Boathouse. Coming around.
Ha ha ha. Chico de Gallo.
Down, right side of the building. Damn, that's good.
Dude, he's just in that fucking window.
What is really going on here? Not paying enough attention is what the problem is.
I don't even know how to get to that window that he's in. I don't know this map very well.
I think I know what you're talking about. A two-story building with two windows next to each other. I can't even move quick enough with these guns. Fuck this server, bro. I'm not. It's like I'm lagging 2 inches or 2 seconds behind. How much fun you think I had Call of Duty? And it ain't even the skill-based matchmaking. That's what they're checking on. That's probably a loose, like matchmaking was probably loose on that one. But they think they're smooth, dude. They'll like loosen up the matchmaking and then ask you how much fun you had so that they can prove that people like it more when they fucking, you know, like it more with matchmaking. But here's the deal. It wasn't the matchmaking. It's the servers, bro. If that makes any sense. Mellow Nights. Oh well. There, I pulled the trigger way before I got shot. Sorry, bud. You went a little bit further over than I anticipated. Wow. Hey, stay out of the middle, guys. Stay out of the middle. I should have put it somewhere else because that wasn't a fucking good use of it. Hey, guy, there's a guy at the top of the stairs. In yellow house. Son of a biscuit eater, boy. Wow. Dude, what was that? These servers, they got a garbage, bro. What was that? Cool.
Very nice.
Congratulations, you won. These nuts. Ha! Got him! Ha! Got him! Embarrassing.
Ah. How far did we get the kilo leveled up that time? Okay. Extended mag. Hmm.
I'm an extremely stable genius. Okay. Hardcore domination. Playtime's over. Let's see what you're made of. Securing Charlie. Taking C. Taking A.
Damn. Fuck me.
Yeah, the whole squad was off.
I knew they was there too. Still got killed by the motherfucker. Bullshit. Who you for?
Bravo lost. Locking down Charlie. Taking Bravo underway. Come on, you're losing this fight. Lock down. We've taken control. Taking C. Losing B. Losing Charlie. Back on. Lock the UAV. We lost B. We lost C. We're taking all zones.
Wow.
Losing A.
Damn.
We're losing Alpha.
Really?
Taking A. Taking all zones. Lock down A. We control zone C. Losing A.
The whole team over on A. Securing Alpha. Losing Bravo. Lockdown. Stay in and hold. We lost C. Arc engines up. Lost Alpha. Losing all zones. Locking down Charlie. Alpha secure. Coming in through the window to go to B. There's a guy camping in the B outside of the zone, but like in the corner so that he can kill whoever's in there. Whoa, buddy. Ooh. I'm watching B. Son of a biscuit eater. They're coming in at A. Damn it.
Congratulations, you won. These nuts. Ha! Got him.
Got him.
Got him.
Black Sail Daily. All right. Let me check in on something right quick. And then we gonna do something we ain't done in months. All right. My people, party people. All right, all right, all right, all right. Let's check in on something here.
So the new Warzone meta is going to include some of these fan favorite Warzone 1 loadouts. Obviously, they're a little bit different, being BO6 weapons, but I want to go ahead and cover these and talk about where you can get some of these attachments within the battle pass. First up is the Growl conversion kit that will be on page 5, and you can see it's the first item here. Another item is the monolithic suppressor, and we can go ahead and see this on page 7. It is the third item over. Then we also, of course, got the brand new weapon, the CR56 AMAX, the HDR, which is going to be on page 3, and then the Kilo, which you simply get just for logging into Warzone. I've managed to go ahead and go through all the different various weapons, level them all up, not the HDR because we're not including that in today's video, but I want to go ahead and give you the top loadouts after the update because
We're trying to figure out why it ain't giving us the window for that. Window capture. That ain't it. Remove. Yep. It's going to be window. Window capture. There we go. Hold on, what? I don't know what's going on anymore. These updates are fucking my system all up.
They made tons of buffs to speed up the TTK. I have updated the spreadsheet, which is linked near the top of the description if you want to read through the various TTKs, updated to reflect the new values in the game, since we are able to hand test in the firing range before the game fully launched and we're able to play Verdansk. So luckily we're able to go through, we get the various TTKs. Everything was kind of sped up. You'll notice on here that the C9 didn't get moved up quite as much, and I have that at 656. And then over here on this section, when we go ahead and look over on my close range viable potential, you can see that it has 2 stomach or leg shots will give you the slower TTK, and you can get a faster TTK of around 550, which is pretty good if you only hit 1 stomach or leg shot. So for that reason, I think you're going to get a little bit more inconsistency, and that's going to have people shift. But that's still fine, because then that opens up the meta where some people are going to like the SOG, some are going to like the KSV, some are going to like the compact, some are going to like still the C9 because they're just used to it. They like the MP5 feel and the PPSH. There's going to be a few other options in the mix if you want to use the MCW conversion kit, but I'm limiting this one just to 5 weapons to get you started. There's way more viability in these, and you can even use some long range weapons like the AK, which got a significant buff. And even though it has more recoil than some of the other long range options that we're going to talk about, it still kills pretty fast. And that's what we're going to go ahead and look at over here. The TTKs are around 800 to 900, 1,000 for the long range meta, which is pretty good. Some of these have varying recoil differences, so some might kill faster. Like we can see here, the AK-74, which kills a lot faster than some of these options. And then we look at something like maybe the AMAX. And we can go ahead and scroll down here. We get the AMAX 949, the Kilo. You can see kind of what the consistent TTKs. Kilo is a little bit slower at 960. And then what has a little bit more recoil in the mix is probably the Cypher that a lot of people have been using for a season and a half or so. There it is. So you're going to see kind of where those fit into the mix.
I like J God, man. Seems like a pretty genuine dude. Never met him in person, obviously, but he doesn't seem to be just trying to like make videos just to be popular.
And then the Growl, it also fits in there right above here. Coincidentally enough, it looks like as you've actually played with these guns in the firing range and you kind of shot the patterns, they've pretty much almost made it 1-to-1. I think the Growl feels a little bit like it has a little bit more of a jump in the beginning, which we'll talk about. But besides that, the recoil patterns are like you remember pretty much for the Kilo, the AMAX, and the Growl, besides that little spike jump at the beginning with the Growl and maybe some difference in the iron sights, which we'll talk about. But overall, I think we're going to have a pretty open meta. This is just kind of like a sample, kind of get it going. And then probably in like a week or so, they're probably going to nerf some stuff because they're going to realize, oops, we made some things a little broken. And then we'll go ahead and kind of balance it. This just gives you a head start. If you have a sleeper in the mix, feel free to comment it. There's going to be tons of them because so many weapons changed with this recent patch. So we'll go ahead and breeze through these. All these new ones are going to be those loadouts that you saw on there, the 5 and the 5. I'm going to go ahead and start off with the AK and the PPSH. And some of these are going to mix around. It's not like a hard, this is number 1, this is number 2. This is number 3. So don't take it as like, oh, I didn't level that one, I'm going to be screwed. No, a lot of these are going to be in kind of a good spot, and we'll probably fine tune, and people are naturally going to just find the meta because that's going to kill you. And you're going to be like, dang, that killed me kind of quick. I'm going to try that out. And that's kind of old fashioned method that inevitably, even if people don't watch YouTube, they don't really sweat the game, they're not hardcore meta, whatever. If they die to a gun repeatedly, they're going to realize, yeah, that gun's probably good. So keep that in mind. So we have it here in the firing range, 60 round mag for the AK, and then the PPSH. So these are going to be kind of the two. Obviously you have closer ranges there, but this gun kills a lot quicker. So even though it has more recoil, it's going to be a little bit more forgiving because now it's killing in less shots to kill. And you're going to be able to delete players, I think, at much closer ranges. So this could be a really good sniper support as well. When it comes to the loadout, we're focusing mainly on 5 attachment loadouts. If you do want to add extra attachments because you love going 8 attachment, Realistically, it kind of sucks because 6 attachments would be ideal for the vast majority of long-range weapons. What you'd mainly go with is overpressured, and then you just get extra bullet velocity that bump you up to 1200 if you can only equip 1. If the recoil is a problem, you can go recoil springs. That kind of depends. On the AK, you might lean towards recoil springs for that reason. Unfortunately, the way that BO6 attachments work, rear grip's not really going to help. These are like close range attachments mostly. Almost all of these are like close range speed up. So those aren't as helpful for long range. The stock, you can kind of go balance, combat. This will help with flinch resistance. You can even go heavy if you want extra flinch resistance. So if you're shooting someone, they're shooting you, you're not going to get off target because they're flinching you, doing high damage. So this would be the 5. If you get 3 other attachments, you just kind of follow that logic that I've explained, and I explain it here so that you understand how to do that depending on the individual weapon you decide to go with. PPSH, pretty straightforward build. Most of our SMGs kind of follow this kind of similar set. It doesn't have a rear grip, so we can't run ergonomic or the CQB grip. Besides that, pretty good there. Most SMGs, you really don't need 8 attachments. In my opinion, I just think it's mostly unnecessary. Exception, maybe keyboard and mouse. Maybe you want to run an optic because sometimes optics suck. You can go that way as well. Next guns up are going to be the Growl, which is the SWAT converted, and then the ammo works like you expect. And then the C9, which, like I said, the TTK is pretty variable. It kills quick if you don't land any stomach shots, pretty much. But if you land 2 or leg shots combined, any combination of 2, you're going to get a slower TTK, which for me, I feel like that's a knock. I feel like it was a knock the last time it got nerfed, but the recent buff, it's kind of like in that balance. So we'll see where it lands. But like I said, still a super good option. So the Growl, the iron sights are a little bit different. It feels like it's closer to your face, and the rear aperture is a little bit thicker than we previously had. The front sight is what we remember with the Archangel, and it's super accurate. You can see it has like almost a little bit of a quick rise when I pull the trigger, but beyond that, very little recoil. You're going to be able to take targets out at range like you remember. You can see it doesn't have much recoil at those ranges. And the fast TTK on a low recoil weapon, it's going to feel like you're getting deleted at range, I would imagine, just because people are going to be able to be accurate. And hopefully they get back to kind of this where the TTKs make sense based off the recoils that we have on the weapons, because these are significantly lower recoils. And then we got the C9, which is mainly going to be your close range option. And there you go. So let's go ahead and check out the class setup for that. When we go over here, there's the conversion kit. You need that last attachment that I told you about. And then you have the other attachments there. You are kind of limited. It does have the built-in barrel. So even though you're putting on a firing mod, it's giving you the range and bullet velocity and all those things. Pretty decent range, up to 58 meters. And then 1200 bullet velocity, which is very good. I really can't increase it anymore. The monolithic suppressor, since it doesn't have much recoil, is super helpful in the bullet velocity department. If we go ahead and subtract it, you can see it's a 17% increase that we're getting from the monolithic, which is, I believe, even more than we used to get back in the day. It's not really impacting the range, but keep in mind that the increase in bullet velocity is also helping that hit scan range get pushed out a little bit further to like 60-ish meters in this particular case, 65 meters or 60, something like that off the top of my head. So there's how that kind of works. And then the C9, we're going to be a similar thread across this. Obviously, the PPSH was a little bit different because the ergonomic grip wasn't available on that gun. But overall, this is kind of how you'd build it out. And there it is. They did buff the ranges on these a little bit. So if you don't really feel like you need as much range with the Reinforce, you can actually go the Gain Twist. You just want better bullet velocity. If you're going to be sniper support. Or the long barrel to get additional range up to 15.5 meters. So it's kind of like the trade-off. It depends on how aggressive you are. If you're closing that distance, that 2 meters makes a difference if you're not able to close that distance or not. And then it brings us to the Cypher, which we've had for quite a while. And then the Compact, which is a little bit of a slower weapon, and it burns through bullets. So I think that is a downside, but it's going to have a consistently fast TTK. And we kind of have those two there. So this one, super low recoil, easy to use, kind of what we've had for a while. 5 attachment. If you need more attachments, so you can do the 8 attachment, there it goes. Like I said, this is going to have a little bit more recoil because it kills faster, even though it doesn't have a ton. It kills faster than some of the other guns, but I think a lot of people are going to just gravitate towards the Growl and the Kilo. Once you guys see those, it's kind of insane. I mean, they feel amazing to play with. And I had the opportunity to max level them, so I have all the attachments for them, right? Compact, kind of what we're used to. Super fast firing rate. Very unforgiving if you miss shots, because then you're going to run out of bullets. You can't really thirst your kills as much. But it's very forgiving on the opposite end, because it fires so fast. Get off target, you can get back on target and still get the potential to delete. It's just a little bit in the middle there. Like I said, it can move up or down. So a lot of for the Cypher is going to be similar to kind of what we've already seen. Those are the 5 there. Like I said, you can put on recoil springs or bullet velocity rounds if you want to go ahead and bump that up. 5 attachment compact, there it is. Pretty straightforward, similar build. Luckily with BO6, they've kind of kept the attachments pretty similar. Next up brings us to the AMAX, which feels amazing, and the KSV. So AMAX, they actually give us a 60 round mag. I know the thing doesn't show it properly. Before we used to only have a 45 round, so 60 mag is kind of nuts. It still has that kind of recoil pattern. Obviously it's going to be a little bit longer because we have the 60 round mag instead. But you can see at range, it still manages to be a little bit more accurate than even the Cypher, for me personally. I don't know what it is, but it just feels great to shoot. And I wish we just had more guns like this. Luckily, it seems like they did copy a lot of that 1-to-1 over, so it's mostly going to feel like that. And the KSV, overall decent gun, like I said. I think the people are going to be a little bit torn until a couple days go by what they're going to stick with. Sure, some will be the C9, some will be the KSV, some will be the PPSH maybe, and then also the SOG, depending on what ends up killing you the fastest. That's what a lot of people end up going with. There it is, kind of built out. I'm rocking the 60 round mag. Again, if you do the 8 attachment, you can go crazy with overpressured. 7.
Yeah, true. If you just joined us, we're just reacting to a quick meta loadout video with our boy Jacob. We're just checking it out before we head over to another version of this game than what we're used to playing in multiplayer.
1700. That is just ridiculous. It's really unnecessary. Some of the fastest bullet velocities we've ever had in Warzone. So I'm glad they overdid it, because then they can, hopefully buff some of the other ones to compete. And then right here, you can see the range. You can see it goes up to 64 meters with the gain twist. If you actually wanted to go nuts, you can go long barrel. If you go 8 attachment, you can actually go long barrel and then put on the high velocity rounds, and then that'll make up for that. Or go reinforced, because you can see it pushes that damage drop off to 80 meters. And I think a lot of people might go that route, because you still get 1230 even with the reinforced, which is as fast or faster than most of the meta weapons we've had for quite a while. And then when you combine that with something, if you're doing 8 attachment, you get almost 1500 meters per second bullet velocity, which again is also pretty darn good. So you got a couple different options there. Like I said, it's going to be a preference on how you play, if you're only on Rebirth, if you're playing Verdansk, whatever. And then you kind of have the gun built out there. And then again, with the reinforced or long barrel, depending on what range you want to challenge, it does have a little bit more range than we're used to seeing on the other one. So here is the Kilo, which even though it's not going to have the fastest TTK as we saw on there, this thing is going to shoot relatively straight. If I shoot this, I'm not controlling the recoil, by the way. Just I'll show you, just so you don't think I'm lying. This thing's gonna be a laser. So basically, you just the TTK is gonna feel so fast. So yes, the Kilo feels great, low recoil, super easy to use. Again, you could also get the insane bullet velocity. And then we have the SOG, which, like I said, is going to be a little bit up in the air. What's going to be the #1 SMG? I think people are going to be split on this one. They're going to say, nah, they're just going to see the order and go, nah, that's not #1. The other gun is. That is #1. Great choice. Whatever. It's just how it goes. When you make a video about these things, people are hypercritical. So hopefully this helps you get started. Kilo is going to be kind of built out like that. Like I said, gain twist. Get a little bit extra there. If you're doing 8 attachment, you might go reinforced or even long barrel, and then use overpressure to shoot that up to a high number. and kind of balance that out. Again, you don't really need much. These are already low recoil weapons that allow us to use the monolithic suppressor, which is going to be so awesome again, to be able to use that type of thing. And then you can use whatever optic you want. For the SOG, pretty similar build that we've already seen, and that's kind of how it goes. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. I'm looking forward to playing a ton of Verdansk. See you on the next one. Thank you for watching. As always, have a great day.
Oh yeah. Totally there, Jay guy. We appreciate your hard work and dedication, my man. Of course, that's acting goofy again. Okay. SMG with over a thousand bullet velocity, bro. That's crazy, yo. Basically just vertical. Knock it off. Please. Mm. Mm. That's insanity, bro. All right. Come on. Know what the deal is, all of a sudden. Right at midnight, right? Mm-mm. I need a better monitor. Kind of plan on an older television. Instant rewards. Let's go ahead and fuck with these because I haven't really set anything up in Warzone. Okay, so the perks are way different over here. Cali sticks. What? All right. Smoke grenade. Blast trap. Well, nah, we'll go with alertness on that too. Now let's build us a non-sniper. Oh, shit. Knock it off, Rose. Get used to it and plunder for a second. I bet there's like 100 Rose skins in this match. Damn it. Gotta constantly be fucking with this time and date. Let's go. First time being at Verdansk. Hopefully these servers are a little bit better than they were last time we were on. You telling me I can hear everybody in the damn server? Where y'all want to go, fellas?
Man, I'm down for anywhere.
It's my first time coming back in, so
I'm good
I
anywhere
guess.
but downtown.
Oh, we can open these safes in here too, huh? Okay. Well, how about um, you want to check out train station?
Right, I'm good, whatever.
Find it on my map here. All right, I'm jumping out. That's a long fly from here. Or shit, how about TV station?
Sounds good, sounds good.
There's no safe there, but I mean, don't do it. Good shit.
Look at the dude over there
Swamped.
trying to camp.
All right. How far away are you, my man? Not too far.
Okay.
And that chopper, get in and out of that thing quick.
Green, green, green. Alright, man. Whatever. Purple. Both of them are inactive.
Disconnected, huh? Ghost Emeritus. Somebody close to us. Dude, it sounds so crazy to hear that. To hear those boxes. Where you at, Ghost? I can smell you.
I'm about to bust.
Let me do this.
Airspace too crowded. What?
We've got recons rolling up. I'm not seeing anybody around. Yep, looks like we're all good.
Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, I figured this would be a good spot in Plunder to kind of get used to figuring things out again. I haven't been in Warzone in fucking 6-7 months, maybe.
Man, that's all I've got to playing recently. Camping ass multiplayer.
Yeah, yeah.
That shit.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Kind of glad they brought back the pistols in the air.
Yeah, and I'm glad they got rid of those damn zip lines. Or the ones that you can jump up in the air with.
Oh no, they're back.
The deploy stations? Or the redeploys?
The
What?
personal one and then the team one.
What the fuck?
We got somebody on the coming in right here.
Oh, that was nice. Yeah, I ain't heard nothing about that.
Yeah, I had one just a second ago. Gave it up for personal radar.
All right. Well, there's a money crate. Yeah. Heard something about somebody dropping in. Fuck. Well, one of them's gone. I guess the game kicked him. I hear their footsteps next to me. Good try, bud. Not really. Your footsteps are loud as shit. And I don't know if they made audio different for this version or what, but I heard his footsteps from a mile away.
Yeah, you can hear the boxes from a ways away too. I've still got comms. Still think there's one here. I know there is.
I keep saying different names too.
Yeah, we fix to get pushed. Bring it on.
Yeah. Do we both get the challenges if like
Yeah.
I open the safe? Cool.
Yep.
I didn't know they'd be that damn easy to open. I figured it'd be something you have to sit around and babysit. Last time I was in Warzone, you couldn't use score streaks or anything.
There's one.
Real. Yep, somebody's looking at me from the airport over here.
I see him. Yep. Hey, you take contact. Keep in mind where I'm at and run back towards me and bait him. We'll get him to chase you. Same thing
Okay.
with me.
All right.
He's not pushing.
Yeah, he was a tiny little thing in my thermal.
Yeah, he's quit looking. He's turned around, looking back at the airport. He got more problems. He got a dude dropping in on him.
Okay, emergency redeploy. Okay, yeah. Scavenger. Twin jet. Another recon.
Get this one here.
Where the fuck was that guy at? He's probably long gone by now. Somebody's shooting at me. Where at? Oh.
Damn, they're a long ways up. Hey, on the
Damn.
the build. Oh shit.
Somebody can still see me. Yeah, somebody's on top of a TV station. It's a third party, I believe, because in his screen they didn't have no name tag.
I need to get up there where you're at, but here we go. Got high ground.
Yeah, he's a little bit higher than you. That's the beauty of plunder, though.
You got eyes on him. Point him out.
I was trying to get up here in this damn tower, but didn't work. How are we in second place already? That's crazy. Oh, somebody right next to me coming down.
Found him. Got him down. Go. One more over here.
Yeah, there's 2 or 3 up there on top of the building.
I got one dropping.
Can't fall down through the hole. Giuseppe. Need to level these damn snipers up.
Yeah, they would camp over here. I'll be back. I'll be back.
Mm-hmm.
Enemy advanced UAV overhead.
Two. Alright, I'm pushing.
Ooh. I didn't think he'd be off in a corner like that.
Damn. No loot over here. No plates.
What state you from?
Tennessee.
Hey, me too. I'm in Nashville.
What Tennessee from?
Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh, well. I'm probably 45 minutes from Jackson. I'm up around. You ever heard of Union City?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
What about Rooffoot Lake?
That sounds familiar, but I can't place it on the map in my mind.
And it is far northwest corner you can get.
Ah, okay. Way out past Clarksville and stuff.
Man, I'm an hour from Clarksville.
So way out there.
Oh yeah. Alright, man, I'm finding some loot now.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
Finally.
I'm gonna say something now, and no offense, okay?
No, I got you.
Just based off of your voice, and based off all the people I've met in my life, you sound like you may be in law enforcement.
You right, man.
I knew it.
That's the only thing I've ever done in my life.
Every good dude, and I say good dude, every good dude I ever met that was in law enforcement kind of has a similar tone of voice as you.
No, that's not the first time I've heard that. Here, I got a UAV. I'm popping for you.
Cool.
And I got into law enforcement when I was about 20. I was 21 years old. I joined the Marine Corps right out of high school. And other than that, that's the only shit I've ever done, dude.
Wonder what it is. The high stress situations, or that makes sense.
It does. You got another one dropping on you.
Mm-hmm. He's not following me in. Okay. Yeah, I probably got prox chat all over the place.
He's on the very top.
Don't do it, Toby. You find somebody else to put your bullets in.
The same camper. He's just laying at the top of the steps. Man,
There he is. Another guy.
it's kind of one of those things that my dad and my granddad, that's all they did. That's what they did their entire life.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I got a couple buddies that are police officers, and they were military, and then they went into one guy does night shift. He's a state trooper, and then another buddy is actually in the Metro's special victim SWAT.
okay, got you.
Like he does special victims unit as his regular duty, I guess. I don't know how you I don't know how it works, but that's what he does most of the time. And then he does SWAT. Like they schedule him, I guess, for SWAT duties and stuff.
I know a couple guys up that way. I don't know many. You know, I worked for TBI for a long time.
Yeah.
As a drug agent, and I'm actually the chief of police for our police department. I went back to where I worked before TBI and became the chief. You know, and we're not a big department. We've got 50-something officers, so.
Yeah, I mean that's still hell. I can barely tell my kids what to do.
I was gonna say it's still a lot of stress, no doubt. It is what it is. Hell, I think you hit a certain age where it's time to slow down and stop doing dangerous shit when you get married and have kids.
Yeah. Yeah. Fortunately, I never did. I never did the right kind of dangerous shit. I'm not embarrassed to talk about it. I was a good kid, but I was raised around bikers and crazy people, and then I got shipped off to live with my brother. I got in a lot of trouble.
Same exact way, and the only thing to save me was I joined the military.
Yeah.
Headed down a shitty path.
Well, I did karate and taekwondo and shit. My mom kept me out of the streets for the most part. But my sensei's wife got cancer and passed away right after I got my black belt.
Oh, damn.
And I was like 14 and a half, almost 15. And basically I just started smoking weed and getting in trouble. And then I got in so much trouble at school that my mom ended up sending me to go stay with my brother. And they didn't realize that he was as deeply involved in the gang lifestyle as he was. So yeah, it was like the worst place to send me. And then I spent the next 15 years learning how to be a degenerate. But
my whole damn family, my whole damn family stayed in prison and every damn thing else. Like I said,
yeah,
the only thing to save me, I guess I kind of had a good shoulder on or head on my shoulders. So my damn dad and granddad's in law enforcement, of course. That's like being a fucking preacher's kid. You know, you want to rebel and bust the system.
Absolutely, yeah.
And, fucking, I had my fair share of doing it. I got really lucky. Of course, everybody's like, you know, growing up, you're a cop's kid. He gonna get you out of trouble. Shit, my dad always told me, don't you dare waste your one phone call. Call me. So, I mean, I just learn how to kind of be smart with it. But shit, it ain't about smarts. It's just about being lucky.
Yeah, for sure. Because I did a lot of stupid shit. I should probably be in jail for still today, but but I ended up living with my brother for a long time, and then I got married, and my wife straightened me out quite a bit. My kids did, and then we split up, and I ended up going back to live with my brother for a while. And while I lived there, we ended up getting everybody in the neighborhood got addicted to opiates, like just out of nowhere. And fuck, man, I mean, 5 years later, I'm doing heroin and acting stupid, and I wound up being addicted to heroin for, man, almost 12 years. And then, man, just my entire life was just, I mean, I'm sure you've seen the worst of the worst. When someone's doing,
it revolves around one thing.
when somebody's to the point where they're doing needles, they don't have much to live for.
No, when you own needles, that's rock bottom. Like I said, man, my
Mm-hmm.
almost the majority of my career, I worked for TBI, you know, doing dope shit. And honestly, I did it. You know, my whole damn family, my dad, my cousin, everybody but my mom and sister wound up on dope. And
Yeah.
honestly, I did it. I mean, trying to help out, but shit, you get. I got killed here. You get curious about that shit. Like I said, you know, I always talk to anybody that ever had to go to jail. It's one of those things that I'm going to ask you some questions because I'm genuinely curious about it. Because you know I've
Yeah.
never been addicted to shit other than tobacco. I dip and smoke and stuff like that. So I never really understood addiction. And that's one of the first things I always told them. I said, look, you know, you tell me whatever you want to tell me because I can't judge you because I haven't been there. So, but I'm going to ask you these questions because I'm curious. Like,
Yeah.
what happens? How do you get to this point? And like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? So, like I said, it's kind of eye opening.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things that you know something I never experienced and curious to know more about it.
Well, I mean,
But
it's like the whole
like I said, all it
curiosity
takes is
thing.
one bad choice, and yep, one bad choice, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well,
you know,
my mom,
your life can change in an instant.
helped me get hooked on opiates. Um, Not heroin, but pills. But she didn't mean to help, but she did. Long story short, though, um, I lost, man, my best friend. I've lost a brother. He was 25 when he had a drug related death, and then my best friend was 28. Like it takes them, man. And out of all the people I went to high school with, I'd probably say at least 50% of them were in prison or dead. And I'm only 38, so
Hey, we're the same age then.
yeah. So I'm not exaggerating, man. I probably know 40 people that are dead from drugs, and from high school and the neighborhood. But knowing all that, my kids watched me go through it with the curiosity thing you were saying. Like, I still have, like, one of my kids wound up dabbling, even though they watch me struggle. So, like, everybody has to learn their lessons the hard way. And I learned the super hard way. But I found Jesus, and I got my life back. I got my family back. And I've been sober like 10 years now. So, yeah.
Man, that's good, dude. That's awesome, man.
Yes, sir. I'm not afraid of the police no more.
I always said it's one of those things. It's a cat and mouse game, you know. That's all.
Yes, sir. So yeah, the map itself definitely feels very much like the old Verdansk. Except it's a bit brighter.
Ay, la vaina es que imagínate con esas culas armas básicas ahora que uno tiene. Mira este, 250. A tu madre.
But the map's a bit brighter, even though it still has a bit of a cloudiness to it, or a fogginess, a muggy or a muddy type of feeling, like a muddy type of color shading, like a light shading. But it still definitely has that Verdansk vibe still. The guns are a little bit familiar feeling. Um, I'm not happy about the fact that they have the fucking. Now I don't know if it's just in plunder or what, but the fact that there are personal redeploys, like I heard very several times that they were not going to have those. And maybe it's just because it's for dance. That could be a possibility. It's a very strong possibility, actually. System, date and time, set date and time. Set manually. We're gonna run out of damn years to use on this motherfucker. We keep on doing this. What up, buddy? You still gonna be playing? Oh, I pooed it and you thought that was tasty enough smelling that you come over here fucking with me. All right, guys, we're gonna take a quick break real quick. We're gonna let these puppies out the poopy. These poopies out the puppy right quick. All right, don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.
Yummers. I told you we needed more glitter.
All right. Caesar, you're overdoing it, buddy. Come on. Yo. Come on, man. Caesar. Caesar. Come here, buddy. You're overdoing it, buddy. You're gonna hurt your stomach. Okay. I know the medicine makes you thirsty, but you're gonna hurt your belly, buddy. We don't want that belly hurt. Caesar. Caesar. Come on now. You drink like a gallon of water. Come on. Caesar. Give it a rest for a minute. Just give it a minute. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come here, buddy. It'll be okay. I want you to get sick to your tummy. Get sick to your tum-tum, bud. You're a good boy. I know you don't feel great. I know. You're a good boy. Sit down, Rosie. Sit down, Rosie. Get out of here. Poor buddy. Those are your girl too, baby. I promise. I promise you're a good girl. Come on, what is up with this game? What's the deal, bro? Sit down, bros. Has this game got a malfunction? No. Dude, it's not the internet because I'm sitting there looking at my stuff as it is, and I'm pushing out 8,275 kilobytes per second per platform. Come on with this bullshit, bro. It didn't even do that a while ago, so I guess we finding a match. Let's go. Rosie, please sit down. Damn. Let's go. Verdansk, baby.
I told you we needed more glitter.
Sit down, Rosie.
Hello there.
No copyright gaming music presence East Coast
There ain't no vehicles around here. What are you shooting my chopper for, huh? Buddy? You shooting my chopper? I let you kill me. Fuck your dick. Fuck your little dick. Shooting my chopper. Nobody gets away with that for free. Banana pug. Alright, for real, where we gotta go? Alright, just one at Superstore. That's where the team is at anyways. Ooh, a counter UAV. Sounds scary. I'm just fucking safe at.
This is Max Headroom, and what you're about to witness is one of the most sinister-sounding intros to a trailer to one of the greatest epics ever produced in the history of television. And there's more, because you are going to see it as well. Yes, it. Yes, it. Yes, namely, the Max Headroom sound. And afterwards, that is directly.
Wow.
I want to talk to you about something even bigger.
You killed me in plunder, bud. You're a good fucking guy. I want to be like you when I grow up. I keep hearing somebody named Venom Punisher. What you say?
I'm Steve.
Airport, damn military base.
Early broadcasts in the film. Enemy advanced UAV overhead. We also enjoy a good laugh.
I remember this little building.
Precision airstrike. Precision airstrike standing by.